Hello everybody, and welcome to a March flip of my pocket rings. I am going to flip through my March rings, and then I'm going to show you how I'm going to archive Q1, and I think I finally have an idea of how I want to archive my inserts for this year, but let's start here. And yes, this is the planner cover that I've said that I would destash. This is the Vanderspec pocket. It does have, oh, I need this. It does have a big back pocket, which I normally don't love, but on the Vanderspec, they're not super bulky, so it doesn't bother me. It is the JL Olive, which is not in production anymore, and then undyed inside. And I am the second or third owner of this cover. I did have it posted for destash for $185 because that's what I paid for it. It also has silver rings with it. It does have gold rings in it and a gold popper. I'm not opposed to destashing it, but something just came over me in the last few weeks, and I thought, man, I kind of am curious to set up in my VDS pocket. Part of it was inspired by this artwork file from Sawtooth Creative, which is a mug shop that I love, and I had asked her, she sent this postcard in one of her quarterly mails. I actually messaged her on Instagram and said, listen, I love the postcard you included with this quarterly gift basically we get as part of her Patreon. I was like, and I asked, I'm happy to purchase the artwork file from you because I would love to reprint it because I'm using the original postcard that you sent and it's getting a bit damaged. And she said, you want to know what? I'm just going to send you the file. And so she emailed me this image. And so I was able to print it, and I loved this in this planner cover. So let me just show you how beautiful. And it was just the vibe. I can't explain why it worked, but it did. And I just knew when I saw it that I wanted to be in the green with the light brown, this color here. Oh, what's in here? Oh, stickers, wonderful. And a page marker, lovely. So I did move back into it. Although again, I'm not opposed to destashing it. So if you are interested in it, just pop a message below, drop into my DMs. This does have 25mm Krause gold rings on it. And she is pretty stuffed for March. I have taken out a lot of what I don't need because I did move into a personal size. I am using this like $12 budget binder. I was trying to use the Saffiano compact, but the rings were just too small. My pages were catching and I didn't want to tear any rings. I do have a Filofax original that I got on a D-stash for like a third of the cost of what they cost new. And so I am going to get that, but I think I'm going to keep this $12 binder to maybe just hold inserts. And then I'm going to keep the Filofax Saffiano as my travel notebook because similar to this, where I use this Me Plus with the 13mm rings when I'm in pocket to travel with, I slim down from my big pocket to my little pocket when I go on a trip. I would love to slim down from my 23mm rings, which is what the original will be, to the 15mm rings for personal for just when I go on trips, because I don't need all my inserts when I just go on like a week-long trip. And it's much nicer to travel with a slimmer footprint. Anyway, I digress. So I am setting up this Me Plus as my wallet. I do have a wallet insert in here. I also have in here, flip it this way. I also have in here a year at a glance. I have my crochet projects, which I have some projects at work. I have some projects at home. I don't feel like rewriting these in personal. And so I do want to keep these with me so that if I do decide to work on something, I have all my pattern notes just here in my wallet, and my wallet will always be with me. And I am going to maybe put some of my annual inserts in here as well, so I could just keep everything updated together, because there are some annual inserts in this pocket that I want to keep updated with the same information that's in here, so that as I switch back and forth, because I almost guarantee you I will be back in pocket in like 6 months. That seems to be my cadence. I have like a 6-month itch, and it's always in the spring and it's always in the fall. Like it's April, October, sometimes midsummer, but usually it's summer/spring and then fall. It seems to be a trend. So I just want to keep everything updated so it's easy to switch when I want to. So now I had, obviously in here at the very beginning, I had this dashboard with this year at a glance this dashboard, plus all my little pattern info were also in here. They're not right now, and that's okay. I do have a sticker release folder in here, which I'm gonna keep in here because again, we know. Then I have a little planner card. This is a printable from Hey Planner Girl, and I love this image. It's so beautiful. Then my reading logs. I have been using these reading logs and I've been really enjoying them. So any books that I didn't finish by the end of March, I put a little caret and just forwarded them. And then I logged them again in my book log in my personal, which I'll find. Give me one second. I'm logging it here as well. So Psychology of Money, I moved over. Obsidian, I moved over from here. And there's one more in here that I know I need to move over. It's a book that I'm rereading or re-listening to, I should say. I don't remember when I started it, but I'm almost done with it. So I should write it down. Oh, here we go. House of Flame and Shadow. That's what I'm listening to right now. I did not finish that yet. That's a lie. Elena, what are you doing? You're still listening to that book because she is long. So I'm going to just write this out. We're going to fix this and we're going to add it to my book log. So I started it on February 25th and I moved it forward into the April book log. House of Flame and Shadow 225. And this is just the book log insert from my minimal planner. Very similar to the one I use from May Paper Cup. Then I have my TBR list, which I have transferred over. The bookish bingo, I have not moved over. The fantasy edition and the romance edition, have not moved these over. I'm thinking what I'll do is I will actually just keep these in my little wallet setup so I can continue playing, I can continue filling them in. And then I have my books by the series, which again, I also transferred over into my personal. So if I start these, whenever I flip back into Pocket, I'll make sure that I update the appropriate inserts. So those are in there. This is the photo of me and my dad. And then on the other side, my little doggy Roxy. I do want to find a good personal sized insert that will hold these photos this way. I print these on my HP Sprocket. I have a clear 2-pocket thing for personal. It won't fit the photos this way. I'd have to figure out some other way to print them. So TBD on that, but for now I'll move it over into my Pocket. So we'll do that. Then my March gratitude, which is great. Again, the bingo, I already actually got bingo here, which I think I did back in February. There's no dates on this, so this I will archive and then I will maybe start a new one. I thought about maybe getting the bingo in the personal size from my minimal planner or maybe just upsizing this pocket-sized one. We'll see how that goes. I don't have the best luck, I should say, with resizing inserts to a different size. But it's also fair to say that I don't enjoy resizing it because it's a little fussy. Sizing down from FCC to personal is a lot easier than Pocket to personal, in my opinion. But I digress. Then I have this for Baldur's Gate, which I need to reprint. I just made this in Canva. I'm going to resize it for personal. It's just a keystroke sort of master key, so I know when I play what I'm looking at. And then I did the journaling home inserts and I checked off the prompts that I did and I journaled with my fountain pens, which was lovely. So, and then I have my Sudoku, which is pocket-sized from Scattered Plants. Again, I may reprint these for personal size and put them in my hobbies personal section, just a few of them. Haven't decided or gone down that road just yet, but it's something I might play with tonight. I'm still kind of filling in my personal. Now, this is one of those annual inserts I mentioned. This is my steps log, and this is my March sleep tracker and supplement and health tracker and workout log. So these will get archived. And this, I believe I would like to move into my little wallet just so I can keep it updated as the months go. Although, to be quite honest, if I switch again at any point, it's not that hard to transfer the information. But I really loved this from Sleepy Notes Club. This little pocket tracker is great. And then I love this sleep and then habit tracker from Planner Room Shop. This is a freebie from my minimal planner, which I should download from her page for my personal. I don't know why I haven't done that yet. It is so cute. Little March vellum from Hey Planner Girl. I did repurchase this in personal, and this was my vertical weeklies. This is where I was logging my time, kind of logging the day. This is part of what I reference when I'm filling in my 5-year Techo, which I'm currently catching up in. Was in Cancun this week, busy week. And then this is when I set up my personal, so a little less information here. And then my horizontal weeklies, which I was using as to-do lists, personal, and then obviously I set up personal here. These are the Filofax pocket, and these can go actually back into my stash because I'm not using them right now. And then a Latte Love, which I do have this printed also for my personal because I have the file in FCC as well. Then my dailies, I did a rapid log style. So I'd use my vertical weeklies to log my day in terms of time. And then I was using the vertical dailies as a rapid log, and it worked really well. I was a little worried about moving away from this, and I'll be completely honest, I'm still finding my groove in my personal a little bit. I actually opted to get the Filofax dailies because I feel as if with this daily here, I've been putting almost too much information on it, and I wanted a little less room. And so I just decided, you know what, I will buy the personal Filofax dailies. Again, I'm not afraid to redate something if I don't use it or skip over it or what have you. So that's one of the nice things about a lot of the, even the dated inserts that I have, is I end up covering a lot of the information anyway. And I always buy date stickers every year. So it's really easy for me to white something out or tape over it and put a date sticker on it. I really enjoyed this, to be quite honest. You can see I actually tried to put this in my personal, and so I clipped the corner to fit it in, and then it just, I took it out. This was great. It was exactly what I needed when I needed it, and I loved the cream paper. I just ended up, you know, deciding in the personal, I'm having a hard time finding like a vertical weekly in the personal that I think would work for me. Otherwise, I would have done similar, where I would log my time in the vertical weekly and then use the daily to just rapid log. And who knows, I may still do that, but it's working right now. Then my food logs, which I have the same insert in my personal, and I love these, the what I eat in a day. And I have extra here, so I can take the extra out and put it in my little stash. Then this is my work section, which I have in my quarterly trackers, which I'm not going to worry about keeping up just yet. If I switch in at some point during Q2, or if I switch back in during Q3 and I want to backlog a Q2, I have this all and I can just transfer it over. It's fine. And then I actually changed from the Filofax monthlies, where I was logging my work location plus my hours worked. I moved it into this Peanuts Planner Co. annual tracker. And so I filled it in for not the full year. I marked the weekends, so it's very easy for me to see, and I took a little gray fine liner to mark in the days of the week. And this I may also keep in my wallet to just keep the annual log updated. And I think that that would be probably a good move. So that will be an annual one for me to do. And then that's all I will show you in my work. And then I have my personal section, which is going to have my month at a glance. This is my inbox. This is all information that I've already transferred over, so it's already been closed out. So I did go through all of this and close it out and put it in my personal already. I had these little habit trackers set aside, and I think I am going to pop them out because I actually wanted to do a video to show what are some really like functional things you can use in a pocket planner habit trackers, a daily tracker, a sinking funds log. I use these fixed and variable bills trackers that work really beautifully in Pocket. And so it's a really just fun way to showcase how functional you can be in a Pocket planner, right? Small footprint. It's like Genie from Aladdin. Itty bitty living space, but phenomenal cosmic powers. And so I think I might still set these aside, but I gathered these to kind of brainstorm. And so maybe I'll stuff those in the wallet. And then my annual monthlies. So this is my March monthly, which, I need to cross that out. So this was great. And I actually need to add nope, I didn't need to add it. I actually need to move one of those stickers. I put it on the 30th, and I meant to do it on the 24th. And my personal little star is signifying when I changed my contacts. And I think I got the date wrong. I was thinking I did it on the 30th, but I actually did it on the 24th. Oh, I already marked it. What am I doing? That's me paying attention for you. Okay, there we go. So that was March. And I am also, just to keep the monthlies up consistently, I am going to put my whole year into my little tiny, what's its face? The little tiny Me Plus is my wallet setup. And then I have an important dates, a 2027. I do not have this insert set up for personal yet, but it's one of those things that I need to set up, and I need to make a list. So for personal, I need to do bingo, 2027 dates. Did I want to add my study log? I need to add my study log into my personal. It's been since mid-January that I've actually done any professional development, which is not great. I've been focusing on creating professional development because that's part of my job as head of education within my company. So I've been neglecting my own professional development. I need to get back on it. So anyway, okay. And I already did my TBRs. Okay, I don't think anything else needs to go in here. And then obviously I had my March no spend tracker, and then my spending log, and then my stationary orders for 2026, which I am going to continue on from April 1 in my personal. So I'll know that like Q1 is listed in Pocket. And what's funny is a lot of these things are like $2, $5. They're not like big purchases. And actually this one I ended up getting for $50. So that was a steal. I found it on sale. No, I found it on Amazon, and then I had a gift card credit, and so I ordered it, and then I found it on DStash, so I canceled the Amazon order and got it on DStash, which is great. And then this is just an order tracker. Again, I have that set up. And then I have all of my bills and stuff trackers, which I have equivalently set up in my personal, but I'll keep the, again, annual stuff in my Me Plus Pocket so that I can just keep things updated when I get the chance versus having to always dig it out of my archive. So first things first, let me show you this. So this is my Veg Tan Moterm in the khaki, which I love. She's beautiful. And here's my Filofax Pocket monthlies that I was using as like my work log. And then I just decided I don't need all this space to log this information, but I do love them. They're so cute. I really like the aesthetic of this with the script. Anyway, but it just didn't make sense. So we're just going to go section by section. And I have this annual insert that I stopped using 6 weeks in. And then I have this annual fold out that I have not used yet. So let's first, I'm going to take this out and set it. It doesn't need to be archived, but I do want to keep it together in my stash of Pocket materials. So that is what we're going to do. I need to pull in my reading log first, or logs, I should say. Okay, and I'm gonna just put even all of my like books by the series, TBR lists in here for now, just so that I know they're all together and that they're just not being used. Then I have January gratitude, February gratitude, March gratitude, and my completed bingo. Woo! Oh, I needed to add my BG3 key. Okay. This is going to go in here, and so is this March journaling, and so is Sudoku, because I'm not using it right now. Or maybe I'll put Sudoku in my wallet. That would actually be a really good idea, because then if I am out, I just know I have it, and then I don't feel like I need to reprint it. This annual is going to go into the wallet. So all of these will kind of stay in the Me Plus. And if I touch them, great. And if I don't, it's not the end of the world. January tracking. February. Nope, that's January. This is February. That's January. February. So I want March. January, February, March. Look how cute those are. Like, look how satisfying that is. Wonderful. Okay. Life isn't perfect. No, it's not. Okay, let's put that actually too in the Me Plus in my little wallet setup. All right, now we've got weeklies. I have my horizontal weeklies and my vertical weeklies in here. So let me do, I have my February vertical weeklies somewhere. I have no idea where they're at though. They are somewhere probably hidden away and they'll turn up, but I did use them for a little bit and then I took them out and I don't know where they went to. Okay, so those are vertical weeklies. Then here's my horizontal weeklies. Wonderful. Okay, I'm gonna put this here. Nope, I'm gonna put this, yes. Where are my dailies? That's a great question. Dailies, here we go. Dailies are in the back. These are notes, 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 February. That was February. Okay, that's archived notes. Let's archive these dailies and food logs. Hooray. Okay, now the work quarterly. Let me move this over for 1 second so I don't show you something I'm not supposed to show you. I'm going to take the work quarterly and put it in front of the work monthly that I was using, and my notes for work should actually get, here's my study log. My notes for work should actually get shredded. So I have a little shred pile over here. And these otherwise are just work notes that can be just like in the work section. So these are going to be work notes here. Study log. I need to take a photo of that and then I'll put it back. Actually, I'll grab a photo of it. I'm going to stick it in here. So sorry. Nope. I'll take a photo of it and then I'll put it in. Okay. And then, okay. Then all of these are otherwise just extra notes paper that can go back into my pile. Okay. Okay, now we have January, February, March. And then we had also a January, February, March of this monthly that I was using to sort of keep a log of what I was posting in various social media outlets. So I'm going to take March and log her behind February. Amazing. Okay, now any other personal notes that I want to keep? These are dailies. These are personal notes. So I'm going to log all the personal notes behind all the rest of the notes. So everything's in chronological order. And then, but in front of those monthlies. And then back here is where I've got, that was my February no spend. I want to put my March in the backpack. But I'm going to remove really quickly the items that I want to put. So I want my spending tracker, stationary spending, and order trackers to stay in here. Oh boy, this is getting a little thick and chunky for all of Q1. Okay. And then all of the other notes are going to just go into my wallet because I want to keep them together and be able to update them back and forth, but none of that's your business, so y'all don't need to see it. Then I want to keep my monthlies plus the important notes also in my Me Plus. So this is also going into the Me Plus. And then everything else is personal notes that still need to go in here. And actually, let me stick a page lifter in the very back to help. So this is all going to go like this. Okay. Wonderful. That I need to add back in. Okay, so this is then everything from Q1 minus a few of my annual inserts and other relevant info. That might be too much to keep in the Me Plus actually. So TBD on if I keep all of this, but most of this will probably go in. This will get archived away into the box. This is all extras that go back into the box. This goes back into the box. Photos of my dad and me and Roxy will go into the Me Plus. And so this is how I'm going to archive this. So what I'm planning to do is, depending on how Q2 goes, I am going to do things a little bit differently this year. Last year, I did a Franklin Covey compact box. I think this year, what I might do, because the pocket doesn't fit nicely into those, I may do a couple different clear covers from Paper Brown Creations, but I want to wait till I have an idea of what I need. Now, I know if I order a clear pocket rings, I can put all of Q1, and that will be Q1, and I will put a big sticker on that Q1 2026 and be able to put it on my shelf and see very clearly, because I have gone back into my notes and my stuff before. I do refer back to my archived planner materials, believe it or not. And so I will put it in a clear cover because I think that that will fit nicely. And what I'll do is I'll order it with 30mm rings so it fits a little nicer than this is on 25mm rings. So that is my March flip and archive of my pocket. Like I mentioned, I am in this little personal size for April, at least for right now. I reserve the right to go back at any time. I have the materials, I have it set up. I was able to set this up very inexpensively. And so I've really been enjoying being in personal, just having a little bit more room. It was just enough of a change that I needed to get me through kind of a rough week, but it's also, I was kind of getting antsy for a change. I kept changing covers every 3 days and it kept changing dashboards in my pocket. And so I think on some level I was looking for a change anyway, but I don't want to overhaul the functionality of everything that I have. So that is what we're doing. So that is everything for March and everything for Q1. Thank you so much for being here. I will catch you on the next one.